Diyarbakır, the gateway opening to the hidden treasures of fertile lands. A city with a secret of masterful handicrafts engraved in its bosom. Having served as the cradle of civilizations, Diyarbakır has maintained its existence since prehistoric times. The traces of each civilization it hosted still permeate the whole city, from its streets, roads, mosques, churches, to the house doors, air, and water. Diyarbakır has been home to 33 different civilizations. From Hurrians to Assyrians, Persians, Romans to Byzantines, Abbasides, Seljuks, and Ottomans. Diyarbakır is like Asia's door opening to Mesopotamia, the heart of the East. As such, it is an important trade route and a culture bridge. It is a rich trade city located at the junction of main routes. On the Silk Road, Diyarbakır boasts the monumental and awe-inspiring inns and bridges of the East. It is such a prolific and rich cultural heritage that many poets, authors, playwrights, scholars, and many prominent personalities who have stood out in different areas, having drunk the water of the city, so to speak, have been raised in this cradle of cultures. Called Amida, Amit, Kara Amit, Diyarbakır, Diyarbakır throughout history, the city, famous for its copper, assumed in the Atatürk era the name Diyarbakır, meaning the realm of copper. The Hilar Caves near Ergani, inhabited since Paleolithic times, hosted Romans between the 1st and 5th centuries AD. The Hassuni Caves near Silvan, also used as settlements in the Mesolithic period, served as a shelter in antiquity, especially in the early years of Christianity, being the oldest cave settlements in Anatolia. The inhabitants of Çayönü Hill near Ergani, Anatolia's oldest agricultural communities, shed light not only on regional history, but also the civilization history of the rest of the world, going back 10,000 years ago. In the light of recent years' archaeological studies, Körtiktepe is understood to have a settlement center in the Near East as old as time, with its history dating back 12,000 years. The walls, the biggest in the world, have been standing intact for 5,000 years. The walls of Diyarbakır, encircling the city like a necklace, defies the ravages of time, still bearing the vestiges of the many civilizations it has hosted. Go up the citadel and lending near to the stories the wind is wafting across the ages. The walls, 5.5 kilometers in length, resembling a huge turbot, bear on their epitaphs, figures, gates, and imposing towers the epitome of past civilizations which ruled the city. Diyarbakır is what we can say a primordial city, with many of its townships also boasting lots of architecturally interesting historical works of art and scenic quality. It is like everything you see in this city, which has witnessed so many eras, sings the tune of a different culture. Diyarbakır has embraced every tribe like a mother, which has set foot on it, quashing their thirst with the Tigris River and feeding them with its fertile lands. It is an Anatolian city with a motherly heart. Keeping its history unassumingly in its bosom, Diyarbakır is also proud of its incipient tourism sector, serving for its visitors as an open-air museum, offering whatever it has, both for faith tourism and culture tourism. It is a compact history of civilizations, having witnessed the firsts in the historical process as a place where mankind first transitioned to permanent settlement, writing was invented, laws determining social order were enforced, and temples were built. one of the gems of southeast Anatolia. Diyarbakır, with its foreboding walls and fortress, its inner fortress serving as an administrative center, its monumental structure attesting to all the stages its history has gone through, its traditional housing texture, and the invaluable remains it has inherited from a variety of civilizations, is not only an important city in Turkey, but also in the whole world. Renowned travelers refer to Diyarbakır as one of the biggest countries in the world. Located at the most critical and coveted point of the Silk Road, Diyarbakır is a genuine center of attraction, a city of passion, arousing in all sultans, commanders, and emirs the desire to conquer it. It is the city of holy men, of prophets, and their followers, the place of their eternal rest. Such holy figures as Zülküfl, Elyesa, Enush, Nebi Harun, and 541 of Prophet Muhammad's followers have left their traces on these lands. Religious tolerance has always been one of Diyarbakır's founder pillars throughout history, and it has staunchly preserved its ethnic and religious mosaic. Muslims, Christians, Armenians, and Jews have lived together in peace in Diyarbakır through the ages and have left numerous temples behind as a legacy of their harmonious cohabitation. Diyarbakır, with the fifth holy mosque of the Islamic world, the Grand Mosque, Prophet Süleyman Mosque, and the graves of 27 of the city's conquerors. Nebi Mosque and his four-legged minaret, unique in Anatolia, with the names of our Prophet inscribed on all four of its corners, is a matchless city. A city, at the same time, lit up with the masterpieces of the East built by Sinan the architect. The inner citadel streets, narrow and labyrinthine, bedecked with structures made up of basalt rock, radiate humbleness, and the summer villas dotting the slopes of the Tigris River make the city look like a rosebud. The most fertile garden of the Tigris River, Hevsel, offered to Diyarbakır the wealth of natural wonders it's kept in its bosom for centuries. Leaning against the walls complacently, Hevsel has been identified with abundance in the lap of the Tigris River. Boasting the East's best cuisine with unique culinary marvels, local drinks and desserts, Diyarbakır evokes a taste sensation dating back to old times. The most striking examples of handicrafts are awaiting you in Diyarbakır, where copper, gold, silver workmanship, colored kerchiefs, the art of tile making, and silk garments are the highlights of its industries. Diyarbakır is a city of civilization and faith with its tempting texture. The source of inspiration for El Jezeri, the most fruitful stop of caravans. Hamrabat, the remedy of Sultan Süleyman the Magnificent. The Black Amid of Mahrahçı Nasuh. Poet Cahit Sıtkı's childhood. Thoughts of Ziya Gökalp. The city of Sezai Karakoç's soul. Diyarbakır. It is a city of culture, civilization, and faith. It is a city of brotherhood, where every religion bows before the other with respect, and the call for prayers from the sky-piercing minarets merge with the chimes of church bells. Diyarbakır is going to be the city to unlock the door of civilization under the eastern sky. Have a look at these lands. You can find a bit of yourself, a bit of human history in them, where each stone, were they to find their tongues, will tell you of a different legend. Diyarbakır is what we can say a primordial city, with many of its townships also boasting lots of architecturally interesting historical works of art and scenic quality.